Yo, I always wanted to have Tien on the channel and his time has finally arrived. We'll cover his optimal combos in the current state of the game 1.38 as well as tips along the way and TODs to end it off. We do start these off mid-screen, but for his normal BnB I want to know two things. Delay the aerial combo timings until after you see the second hit of his multi-hit JL before pressing the next normal to make sure all his hits land unless specified. And he has two key blasts that he can use by pressing S twice, which helps in the corner as it whiffs mid-screen, or with this more damaging ender at 4.5k and 1.3 bars, making sure you delay the heavy after JS. These J2H delays after key blasts are actually really big, so be careful with that. The J2H 236M ender gives a bit more frame advantage, but is generally best to end with 214M or L for extra damage and ease of use. He gets way more adding beam after 2M into 5M for 4.9k damage, almost 1.5 bars mid-screen. Delaying the beam helps with consistency. Skilled can look like this using 214L ender for 4.2k, and you can add more 5Ls to Hitconfirm for less damage earlier in the combo if you need it. You have more with 5H with his combos though, delaying 214S so they're low and doing JS beam super dash on the second part for 4.1k 1.8 bars. Side note for the beam, holding 2 after using the beam holds him up, so that helps to connect these beam super dash routes. You can also super dash after his key blast as well, but that's less damage than beams. Skilled is better when the beam is done first, leading to 4.3k and 2 bars. He has another version with a dash up 5H for a bit more damage at 5.2k, relying on that delayed Chiaotzu timing so that they're lower to the ground. The skilled one also leads to a bit more damage but less meter, and I just love how this looks, bro. He also has his beam rejump for his most mid-screen damage at 5.4k, but damn, it's tough help. I don't think it's worth it to be honest, but Nidan has it down for y'all. But now we get into his volleyball fist extension, so let's break down how it works. Doing 2-6L or M triggers the same start, but the L follow-up lets you appear in front where M appears behind. Tien flashes white, which is your indicator for the perfect timing on the third follow-up. L or M for a smash this one in different directions, which is nice to extend with assist, and H leads to a knockdown. Now, if you time it properly when he flashes, you get half a bar extra for it. However, the second H follow-up is interesting. You can press H again, and the real Tien stays down to extend, or wait until the flash disappears and JLs. These will come later. But for damage mid-screen, do 5H 2-6MH timed H to get the half bar back for 6.5k 0.5 bars built using the beam earlier, but this requires 0.6 bars at the start and doesn't lead to a knockdown. Super skilled can look like this, starting with less bar at 0.25 bars, still leading to 4.6 damage. You can mash that 2M honestly after the volleyball fist. Also, you can get some really cool combo variations from this route though, using other things that we'll learn and have learned from Tien already. Here's an example of a freestyled one. The only time you can get sliding knockdown with his volleyball is like this, before 5H to keep the smash on the second hit. So ending the damaging route in level 3 like this, although it's really flexible and can work after smashless JH too. So for your skill starter, smashless JH into level 3 works wonders. And yeah, this combo can kill if you repeat the level 3 with enough bar by tapping the input again, showing the 2M version from here, which leads to less damage than 5M 2M. Although you could do 2M delay 5M as well to hit confirm. Landing level 1 is a bit trickier though, it's more consistent after JS for the height. Remember, if you hold it, you get his alternate level 2s. Holding M plus H gives you that alternate one where he kinda circles around them. And you can always use an assist for JDR for that knockdown, limiting your hits with skilled starters. Speaking of assists though, you can use them earlier after 2-6M to hold onto meter and psych knockdown, or even after the meterless follow-ups to gain that extra 0.5 bar if you have enough hit stun. These also work pre-smash to try and optimize meter build as well. More notes for his enders though, you can opt to volleyball fist to gain that extra half a bar for his level 3, just make sure you get the timing down, or into another assist for DR after that meter build. EX dives, ground bounce makes it easiest for assists to hit and continue, but also grounded DRs, you can volleyball them into the air into your super, which is actually really cool and better than DR Dodon Ray, working with Chiaotzu as well, his most damaging super that sacrifices him but spares his HP, which drains on his level 1, 2, and 3. I'll note later on for some really long combos you can't do anything after his grounded DRs though. One last note for cross-up JM, MM works into all these skilled routes too. He doesn't really have any close to corner variations, but for his other confirmed Hitconfirms Vanish. His most optimal version is with this route, so making sure 2M hits when they're high for 3.1k. This one is a bit better, but way harder. But if you have bar, you can add volleyball cancels into it for around 3.7k, but not worth all that meter losing the sliding knockdown. Super dash wise, this is the most damaging confirm with sliding knockdown, but you can also get his J2H slap smash. And you can vanish extend these using his J236L. Here's a more simple one instead of the more optimal grounded beam wave. Now mid-screen simple 2H leads to around 4k damage and almost a bar. With DR you result in 3.2k and 1.6 bars. You can vanish extend these while preserving sliding knockdown for 5.2k damage starting with half a bar. DR extending can look like this for 600 more damage with knockdown, so these are pretty useful. He does have some other interesting confirms though. From neutral, 2 key blasts can combo into each other, helping you with hit confirms, but also combos with Dokkan Ray into super dash full screen away from meterless confirms. Even from far away in the air, if you're high enough, the double key blast beam route works. Just keep track if you have the double jump available to use in the combo. If you ever land the slide in the DMs, go into the EX second follow up for a lot more out of it, starting with 0.5 bars. 236M in neutral is better as a poke because of its guard point aspect, and if you have a bar you can go into the full extension minus knockdown. Grounded quarter circle forward heavy is an armor grab that can be vanished or just supered, which applies to all of his 214 overheads. Characters with OTGs can pick up 214L back up without the knockdown though. And you can tag or use assist for the M and H versions. We'll have some more sparking changes later for these, but now it's time for the Kona. His regular mid-screen beam 1 works with 2 key blasts, having to delay the first beam for 5.4k, but 5H is way better, and there's 2 approaches for it. You can keep it simple with 2M 5M after 5H, using double key blast for 6.2k damage and 1.9 bars. Honestly, it's insane how much damage it is for something so easy. Here's a skilled version of the simple corner route for 4.7k. But this can vary on what hits you want to hit confirm with, like if you start with 2L into LL confirm, which leads to 3.8k. Just remove the double key blast at the end for his skilled routes. And lastly, for meter, you can add 214SS, canceling Chiaotzu to get more bar. From there, just continue as usual into your regular route for 6k with more bar, but if you commit with a bar, then use your assist for 3 bars like so, found by Agni Kai, delaying the 5H or beam to land the 5M, and the hardest part is timing the last volleyball fist to get the extra half a bar. These change depending on your assist, where you can get more or less out of it. A skilled version lets you do a lot less, like this way easier one for 3 bars, still able to get more, but it uses both assists, so that's kind of a downside of his 3 bar building trade-off routes. There is a more unique optimized volleyball fist extension here with the L version, starting with half a bar, but it's not really worth it when scaled. Just stick to his regular mid-screen one that still works due to scaling. You can end this one in Vanish, Assist, or Supers, even being able to TOD from this if you start with a 2M and meter dump. Besides that, just remember to use his double key blast on all his other corner routes like 2Hs and DRs, and the other assist extensions we spoke about earlier, which are easier in the corner. Now he has a few interesting sparking combo structures I want to go over though. Out of a volleyball face, you can add Dokkan Ray to extend it if you ever land that, or Super Dash on the second follow-up. You can also extend your M and H dives with delayed volleyball when he lands to pick them back up, so that's where combining the two come in, but you can't super dash twice, so keep that in mind if you plan to do that later with the cancels. Grounded, you can combo his 24M and H solo by cancelling it with J226L whiff and doing 2M or 5L. This timing also works on the aerial version to extend combos, but is harder than cancelling into volleyball dive, shown by Graveofgames from Twitter here. With those out the way, it's time to see how his TODs can look. Team wise, honestly all his unskilled combos can kill with assist extensions. It just depends how optimal you want it to be with your meter. So this is a 3-bar one displayed here. Here's the beam version with 2.5 bars, taking advantage of holding on to the smash for the 5H volleyball. You could optimize this further to end up with level 1s instead of level 3 depending on your team as well. Here's the corner version, and just a note that if you have enough bar, you don't need to bother risking the volleyball timing at the end. That was probably my major dropping point. It might not be worth the risk, but you could get more optimal for just a 1 bar. The DRs on these TODs don't let you add specials afterwards too or it'll drop, so be careful with that. Suplex Plus on Twitter showing a 2H mid-screen possibility starting with 3 bars, and I love how unique he made the routing here with the falling JH plus dive ender and everything. So instead of just recreating something similar, I just showcase his and it's a banger. Time for some solo Tien, the real TODs that we want, and he has a ton. Pre-spark, here's a super easy meter positive one, using that really cool special cancels to end it off. Credits to Kane_TY on Twitter for this one. He has a mid-screen version of this that can be finished with Chiaotzu, starting with 0 bars for the super easy version. You can get more optimal if you include other links, but this is just a super simple, easy, not gonna drop this in tournament type of combo. Although if you don't have Chiaotzu, you can opt for level 2 into 3, requiring an additional meter starting with 1. Coming back to the corner, he has a pre-sparked JH version with 2.5 bars using this unique beam slap EX dive extension, keeping this one easy for y'all with just 1 delay needed, but you can get more optimal than this. Close to the corner with 2H pre-spark, he has one with a 0 bars. The beam link part is really easy because his Dodon Ray falls with him when you don't hold 2, right? So that helps out with this. Just make sure you don't land too many of the multi-hitting JLs or the ender will drop. Credits to Kane_TY again, thank you so much for the Tien tech. Here's an easy TOD off his M Crane Strike starting with 3.5 bars, making his solo pressure even scarier when he's in sparking. Kept this one simple so it's actually doable in games, and bro, dying off an overhead special is crazy. Here are some Sparkless solo routes, starting with this easy mid-screen one, starting with 3.5 bars. I kept getting like 30 damage before killing without the Vanish, so if you figure that out, let me know, but it's definitely possible. And finally, in the corner with 2 bars, his Unscaled route turns into a TOD with his most damaging super, sacrificing Chiaotzu. General solo Tien tip: if you start a good combo without Spark, you can just pop it near the end of it for a DR or special cancel ender, and then just meter dump and get huge damage from there. Thank y'all for watching this one. There were a couple comments that wanted Tien on the channel, so I hope y'all enjoyed it and learned a couple for your boy. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.